Hey now, hey now. How we doing this morning? Bright and early, ready for the world? Yes, we are. Let me turn on some lights. Let there be light. Woo, there is light. There is light. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me tell my world that I'm live. I'm live on YouTube. YouTube.com/at. Ooh. My computer's moving slow this morning. It's moving like me, a little on the slow side. Little on the slow side. But we're here. We're here today. Yes, yes, and yes. Good Tuesday. We weren't here yesterday, obviously, because it was a holiday. The market was closed, so we weren't here. But we're here today. Good morning, Marcia. We here seeing what the market has to offer us today. And since I'm running a little late, I was supposed to be here at I think I put 8:50. Did I put 8:50? What did I put? I think I might have put 8:50. Anyway, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'm here. Janae, good morning, girlfriend. How you doing? Yes. Okay. Let's go look. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to remove that. Let's go look and see where we are at back to the stage so we can go and look at our stuff for the day. Let's make this bigger. The VIX this morning is at 20.44. Listen, we know this is a regular environment, so we just need to, trade based on what we know. We didn't just learn this and how this, how these VIX numbers run. We trade with what we working with. We trade with what we see. I think we should be a little more accustomed to the over 20s environment. Actually, I kind of like it when it's over 20 because it feels like when it get too low, you're like, this is boring. When it get to where the VIX is low, you're like, it's boring down here. What we doing? What we doing? Let's get some movement happening. All right. Let's look at Yahoo Finance and see what's going on there. If it get too slow, like, well, what are we doing? Are we doing anything? Okay, now y'all don't want to populate. No, let's not. Oh, there we go. Okay, of course I pick it and then okay, CNBC, and we'll go there next while Yahoo Finance decides to get itself together. Dow futures are up 1.1%, up 481. S&P futures up 74. NASDAQ futures up 293. Oil and 10-year bonds are both red. Dow futures rally 500 points after Trump announces the delays on the EU tariff. But just know it just really takes one more announcement, any announcement, and things will change, right? They will definitely change. Kramer says suddenly there are many reasons for hope heading into a new trading week. Of course, there's some people who do like the opposite Kramer, like whatever Kramer says, you do the opposite. And so this may be, Kramer said we got hope and optimism might be a reason to think otherwise. Salesforce to acquire data management company Informatica in an $8 billion deal. So I think Salesforce has earnings this week. Maybe Wednesday they have earnings or something like that. NPR sues Trump over executive order cutting federal funding. NPR is suing him. I want to see how that plays out. Okay. Stocks making the biggest moves this morning. Tesla, Informatica, CoreWeave, and more. So I guess Informatica is the ones who going to get the biggest move out of that deal. Well, I guess they'll take it. Let's go see what Yahoo Finance, if it able to. Nope, it didn't. So now we move on to the calendar, which you don't want to do either. What do we got going on? I did see. Oh, there we go. Monday. Oh, sorry, it's Tuesday today. FOMC member Kashkari spoke at 4 this morning, long ago, hours ago. We were sleep under the beds by then. 8:30. Core durable goods orders month over month. Durable goods 8:30. HPI is at 9 o'clock. That's housing pricing index. S&P CS composite is 9 o'clock. That's coming up here in about 5 minutes. 10 o'clock CB consumer confidence is 10 o'clock. 8 o'clock tonight. FOMC member Williams and Waller will speak. Tomorrow we'll have Kashkari. Big thing tomorrow is the FOMC meeting minutes. So keep that in mind as you're placing your trades for the day and the week, that tomorrow we will have FOMC meeting minutes is going to come out tomorrow at 2 p.m. Of course, that's a red folder. Thursday, we've got GDP first thing in the morning. That, of course, will make some movements in the market. And then Friday, we've got core PCE price index. Keep all of that in mind as we go. Let's see what investing.com has for the day. Anything different there? 9 o'clock house price index, HPI, consumer confidence, 3 stars over here. It showed it as an orange folder over there, 10 o'clock, but it shows as high volatility here. 3-month bill auction, 6-month bill auction at 11:30 today. That wasn't even mentioned on Forex Factory. What are y'all doing over there? Atlanta Fed GDP at 11:30. 2-year note auction is at 12 o'clock. That's a 2-star now. Maybe these note auctions, I know the 10-year ones, those are getting to be a little bit more of a thing to watch, because that 10-year note auction last Wednesday is what caught a bunch of us holding the bag. Definitely caught us holding the bag last Wednesday. Yes, it did. Okay. Yahoo Finance does not want to populate. Oh, here we go. Investors with $7 trillion on the sidelines await NVIDIA. That sideline cash means upbeat NVIDIA earnings could bode well for a rally in U.S. stocks. We do know, Janae, I know you hear that NVIDIA does rise all boats. So, or drag all boats. So if it rises higher, it'll rise us all. And if it drags, it'll drag us all. So we'll see how it goes. Good morning, Val. Good morning, Iola. Michael said that Bernstein analysts reaffirmed their market perform rating and $30 price target for Pfizer on May 20th, following the company's recently disclosed $6 billion license with 3S Bio. Last week was the 20-year, I believe. Yeah, was it 20-year last week? I thought it was the 10-year. Either way, it was one that got us last week. But you're right. I don't know if it was 20 or 10. It might have been the 20. Good morning, my day. U.S. stock futures soar after Trump's EU tariff reprieve. NVIDIA week is here. All right, Apple faces more pain as Trump's tariff threats loom, which is why Apple is on our bearish list, I guess. Salesforce is going to buy Informatica. Crunch trade talks, Texas versus Nevada. The battle of the Woo companies is heating up. I saw something else over here I wanted to look at. U.S. core, Swiss monthly gold. AutoZone's third quarter profit falls 6.6%. Oh, Xiaomi, this is what caught my attention. Xiaomi sales beat estimates on EV smartphone growth. Xiaomi's, they make good products, but we don't see Xiaomi's over here. That's an Asian phone company. We don't see them over here as much. Okay, so let's see. We got those. I want to go and check out earnings for what we got this week. Earnings, we've got a few things coming up. Of course, we just talked about NVIDIA having earnings on Wednesday, but today is Tuesday. Duo has earnings this morning. PDD, Champion Homes, Scotiabank, AutoZone had earnings this morning. Golar LNG, C Energy, Bioline RX, and Dynagas. I think this is DLNG. Aftermarket close today. We've got Okta, Box, Agora, Simtech, Grupo, Supervio, Heiko, SQM, and Grupo Galicia. Tomorrow morning before the market opens, we've got Dick's Sporting Goods, Abercrombie and Fitch, A&F. They were running up, boy, when they changed CEOs, they were moving. Kingsoft Cloud, Macy's, VNet, which is like it's an Asian company, CMCO, Frisia, Capri, BMO, and Eagle Point. And then aftermarket closes tomorrow. We've got NVIDIA, Salesforce, C3AI, ELF, Nutanix, Sentinel-1, Agilent, I believe that's Agilent Technologies, Viva, Pure Storage, and Synopsys. Thursday morning, we've got Foot Locker, Best Buy, Solaris, Burlington, Futu, Kohl's, Hormel, Roy Vant, Lee, and Movado, the Movado Group. Thursday after close, we've got Marvel, Costco, which Janae was telling Mr. Mack we had earnings this week. Dell, Elastic, Zscaler, Ulta, Gap, American Eagle, Ambarella, UiPath. And then Friday morning, we've got Canopy Growth, Shoe Carnival, UP FinTech, Yatra, and Cresco Labs. That's all for the week. Several of these are probably being anticipated. Of course, NVIDIA being the one that leads the pack. Costco, Best Buy, Ulta, those are some that are catching my attention. Dale, that catch my attention as we think about which things would be catching people's attention for, be anticipated for earnings. All right, let's go see what we got for the morning. Hey, Carla, and hey, Selena, good morning. Good morning. Okay, Adam Mancini, our dude, trades the ES. We trade SPX, so we have to transform his numbers to match what we do. Right now, the gap between the ES and SPX is about 13 points. This gap is closing because at the end of this month, we will switch over to the new nomenclature or the new quarter, new nomenclature. I think it's a new, not new quarter, April, May, June. Yeah, new quarter for the ES nomenclature. So that gap will widen back up and do its thing, but now it's getting smaller. The gap between ES and SPX is 13 points right now. Target's hitting nicely in SPX. 5802 to 07 is reclaimed, triggered long Sunday evening. I warned all yesterday to hold runners. 5864 reclaim was additional add as posted. Given targets were 5864, which was hit, 5887, which was a hit, and 5912. Maybe that one hadn't been hit yet. We'll go to the chart in a minute. Plan today, 5897. 5912 is up next. 5864 is support for reclaims. If it doesn't reclaim, then 5837 is below. If you're trading XSP, then that range is 583 to 592. Okay, that's where we are with that. All righty, put these numbers onto your chart so that way you know where your supports and resistance lines are. Adam Mancini is on Twitter. He gives tweets throughout the day. He is a level-to-level options buyer. Of course, we are an option seller, but his levels usually be right on point, okay? So we're looking to see where price won't go, and he's looking for where price will go, and we use that same information to help us identify our strikes, so that way we can look for the turnaround. Okay, last week our trades list went 73%. Woo 73% last week on our trades list. Our credit spreads trades list went 73% last week. I wanted to put something up here. Let me go get it because I want to make sure we can see something that I want us to see. Okay, so our IBM was partially breached. IWM and SPY on the put credit spread side were breached because they had a bit of a fall off with that whole Wednesday thing that happened last week. Those two did not make it, but we traded a few of these in our community last week profitably, by the way, and it worked out really good. There we go. Credit spreads on autopilot. Let me get the main screen. Nope. That's not what I wanted you to do. Not what I wanted you to do. So go back. This is where I want it. I got us going to the right place. There we go. When I go back to that screen, we'll be able to see. I got two screens here. Thanks to one of my members who gave me a beautiful birthday gift last year. I have more than one screen, got big old screens. This is my our list for this week. This is the list for this week. BABA, IWM, Las Vegas Sands, Next Era Energy, and Procter & Gamble for the put credit spread list. And we've got Apple, IWM, Las Vegas Sands, Next Era Energy, and Procter & Gamble for the call credit spread list. Notice that some of them are on both lists, and that's because they are showing as neutral. Several of them are showing as neutral, so they're on both lists, which means you can trade them in either direction or both directions. Some of these I have that I'm trading in both directions. Hey, Tanya. But you can trade off this list in credit spreads. Now, up until recently, we've been trading a lot of these things within my community, within, our community. But I wanted to show you, if you were with me on Sunday evening when we did our live call, we were talking about Peakbot has their latest update, and their update to the trend spread bot. This is this video here, this one over here. Peakbot upgraded their trend spread bot, and in updating the trend spread bot, they basically have it where you can do your credit spreads. I took that part of the video that was just about the Peakbot, and I just edited that down. It should not be an hour and 10 minutes. That needs to be a much shorter video. I need to edit that back down because it should be 20 minutes. Credit spreads on autopilot, which basically is just where you can select the stock you want. And yeah, you can select the stock you want. My brain went someplace else real quick. Y'all know how I just pause and come back, and then you pause and you come back. Anyway, it goes, you pick your stock you want to do, and then the bot will enter the credit spread for you. So you can do it on autopilot. This is with Peakbot, right? Peakbot is the automated trading where you hands-free. All you're doing is picking the stock, and then it enters for you. You will have to, if you want a stop loss, to set your own stop loss, but it will do the take profit for you. And at the end of the week, it will close the trade. The trade will close either worthless, or it will close it at the end of the week. It will just close it at the end of the week. If it's at a loss, it will just close it. But if you're an active trader, you can set your own close orders as well. You don't have to wait for the bot to do that, but you pick your own stock. That you can watch that video over there. You can go and check that out on my channel. This is Dylan and Ben are the owners and leaders of a couple of the owners and leaders of Peakbot. And I'll make sure that the link for Peakbot is over in our comments. Let me put that there while I'm thinking about it so I don't forget. Peakbot.com. I use it, just so you know. I'm not talking about go get something that I don't use. This is something that I use for my credit spreads, because as we focus on our SPX stuff, you ain't got but so much time, right? You want to be able to do it all, but I'm good, but I'm not that good, because I want to be able to continue to make the results we're making right here with our SPX results or zero DTE. This is really what we do in our membership primarily, is we're focusing on SPX and XSP. I need to change my graphic to say and XSP, because some of these numbers come from XSP too. And these zero DTE results is where the membership is focused, right? So I'm using our time during the day to give trade alerts, to follow the chart on SPX and XSP, to make sure that we're able to use our credit spreads to bring in these kinds of profits. That's where we're focusing our energy in the membership. And if you want to be able to come on and join the membership at the $97 price point, listen, this is where we at. Because the membership is getting ready to change prices. And let me put the little link here in the comments. It's open again now for those who are like, when you opening it again? It's open again now. And at the end of this month, which is the end of this week, basically, at the end of this month, the end of this week, we're going to change things a bit, right? Things will go right on up. A few changes. I don't want anybody to miss it. I don't want anybody to miss a $97 price point. And if you can get in now, you're going to be grandfathered in at this current price. If not, you'll go in when the price at the next price. If you want to be here, if you want to be with me, and you should want to be with me, because we're really working this. We've got a nice little repeatable strategy, not to boast, because I'm not saying it in a boastful manner, because SPX will come for you. Okay, just so you know, SPX will come for you. But I believe we've got a nice little repeatable strategy that we're using. It does require some management, though. It's not like it's a walk in the park. Don't even think that that's the way it is. But Last week, while I was on vacation in the Caribbean, I was hanging out in Mexico. I didn't really know Mexico would have been called the Caribbean, but that's just because I'm not into geography. I am a mathematician. But I was in the Caribbean because that's what they were calling it. So I was too. And I made some few dollars. I lost some few dollars. Y'all see that Wednesday? That Wednesday there was a negative 3,720. So losing money is in it too. So don't even feel like it's an automatic win every day, because it ain't. And that's good grammar. It ain't. But even over the week, we came out profitable at the end of the week, 1,074. But you put all your stuff together into your risk management plan, your 5-step plan that says if you're not going to watch it, then you don't trade it. That's how that goes. Even though I kind of broke that rule on Friday when I put trades on and then hopped on an airplane where I could watch it. You're not even watching. You on an airplane. So you ain't even watching. Okay, so there's that. Okay, we're talking about the membership just now. Zero DTE trading of SPX and XSP, profitable strategy for less screen time, daily profits to grow your account, training and support. That's what you really need. We want to make sure we got training and support because we want to make sure that you're getting what you need. All right, let's go on to the chart. I need to move to the chart so that way I can swing back and trying to be somewhere by the time the market opens, because I want to be onto a Zoom call soon after that with my own community. We're going to get on some Zoom this morning with just my peoples and see what we can do first thing in the morning. Okay, we're going to be done with the free people, be done with the for the free on YouTube, and be in with the people who have paid to be on here on a Zoom. That's where we're going to be at 9:45-ish. Before that, we'll be on there before that, because we're going to be looking at 9:45 to be, potentially getting in some trades by then. All right, so let's do this. This is our chart. This is where SPX 500 is right now. Let me get off the daily and get onto a 15-minute time frame. We'll look at the indices this morning. We'll look at the indices. Okay, this is a 15-minute chart. SPX 500, which is what we can see when the market is closed, is currently at 58.84 right now. I think Adam was just talking about the 58. I don't remember what the numbers were there. Let me go make sure I can see them. Let me go. I'm be calling no crazy numbers out. Where are they? Did I not put them in the chat? I guess I did not put them there. I didn't send them to y'all there. I guess not. I put them only in. Where did I send them? I guess not. Well, okay. Focus. Hocus focus. Okay. 58.84 is where we are now. Looks like we've got some support down here. Currently at 58.77. Got some resistance at 58.90. If we were just doing a quick scan, 58.88 would be some more right in this zone. 58.87 in this area would be some more resistance right in that zone based on these few things here. Let me put us back on the daily chart so I can see what we're looking at. Yepper. 59.61. 5,800. Of course, that would be support. It's a nice psychological number. Probably got to be something in this 58.60s area. I can't go back to see, or can I? Let me see if I can go to. Here we go. 58.64. 58.64. Put that there. 58.87, which I just marked that on our chart. 59.12 would be another one. I'm pulling these numbers off of what Adam had to say. All right. Let's go on to SPY. See what SPY is doing in the pre-market. Turn off my VWAP. Daily chart. SPY's got a gap that it's going to need to fill. It has started filling some of it. That was Friday's candle, but it still has some more gap down to fill. There's a little bit of a gap right there. But let me move on to the 15 minutes so we can see the pre-market stuff. What is it doing in the pre-market? Well, there has been a gap up, which means we probably have a gap up open this morning. Y'all can see that the price has gapped up and we're currently at 587, right? It closed on Friday at 579. It's currently at 587. It's about an 8-point jump. It's going to leave a little bit of room to come back, either to come back and get it. And SPY and SPX, they do like to come fill their gaps. Let me close this down, make sure we're seeing all the same stuff. I want to make sure you can see what I see. Make sure you can see what I see. We don't really trade SPY so much because we trade SPX, but I do like to look at triple Q. And y'all know I'll trade some IWM. So triple Q closed at 509. And it is currently at 517, another 8-point jump, leaving behind a bit of a gap as well. This whole EU thing, but I want you to be careful. I say this all the time, and I mean it still. You need to trade what you see. Trade what you see, right? Don't go in here with anticipation of what you think is going to be, and then you jump in too fast, and before you know it, it's going the whole opposite direction, because the market will do that. You'll be thinking, oh, it's got to be going up. Is it green right now? Just because it's green right now doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. All right, don't believe the hype. It's a sequel. That was one of the first concerts I got to see. Public Enemy #1. See if I see anything else in here. This is the daily chart of triple Q. Has a gap below. This is going to be some support here. Current price is 517. It popped right off it, but it left a gap behind. So it's going to need to left a couple gaps behind. No, I did not mean for you to move. There we go. Grab the wrong thing. Okay, let's look at IWM. IWM closed on Friday around 202.55. It is currently at 206, so it's up about 4 points. Let's see what it looks like on the daily chart. Well, this gap here got filled. We had a gap from the May 9th until May 12th, and it got filled with the last 3 days of last week. So we can take that gap off of our chart. But there is one here that has yet to be filled. When you're charting, the basic things you need to chart: support, resistance, and gaps. That's the basics. There's other things to chart, but those are the basic things you need to chart. It's support, resistance, and gaps. The basic things, okay? Come on now. You got to do a little bit. Got to do a little bit of charting. A little bit of charting. You can't get away from it. Not in these streets. There's too much volatility happening in the market for you to just be eyeballing it. Okay, there's too much happening in here to be eyeballing it. You've got to be doing some charting, okay? But the good thing about credit spreads and trading as a seller is you don't need as much charting. I like that about it. You don't need as much charting, unless you're going to do something like we do and trade the monster called SPX on a 0 DTE. Then if you're doing that, you need to chart a lot more, because there's a lot more fine details that need to be taken into account during the day. But just for general, like weeklies, you don't need to chart as much, but you definitely need to know the basics: support, resistance, gaps, and you need to know how to moving averages work. The basics, those are the basics. Okay. Don't play yourself, as they say. Don't play yourself. All righty, let's switch back real quick. I was talking about the membership before we switched over, that it is open. $97 a month is where we are. These are the things that the membership includes. You've got daily access, which is to me, to the group trading, SPX, XSP training and trading. Each day, hands-on trading sessions, selling strategy. We do credit spreads, one-on-one session. You get one of those per quarter. And we have a private Telegram group and a trades alert channel. I should probably add that to this. It's a trades alert channel. So even if you don't want all the conversation, which why wouldn't you want that? But in case you don't, there's a, if all you can watch is the alerts and you can't necessarily be active in a communication place, you can just watch the alerts. The alerts do come in throughout the day, and they come pretty steady. Some days it can be quiet when we're not doing as much and we're just watching and letting time decay, or we're waiting for our best times to enter. Some days it is pow, pow, pow. And you decide what you want. Just because I alerted don't mean you got to take it. The alert is up to you, right? It's none of this stuff is investment advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. That's what we do in there. One-on-one coaching is available for everyone. Of course, if you 60 to 90 minutes, if you might just have something that says, I just got a little bit, something I'm off a little bit, need to get fine-tuned. Maybe I need to figure out what's my next move. What's your next move? Then you just need to get into one-on-one coaching. You can find everything that I talk about can be found at educatortotrader.com. All of everything I talk about, you can find all of my resources there. Okay. Let me see. I think we're about to wind it up. I was just talking about charting, and I do have a resource for that. Chart Your Way to 100K, which is charting technical analysis training. It starts you from the basics. So if it's something that you're not good at and you know you need to get good at, then don't just say, I really should do better. Go and do something to get better. All right. Because you don't want to keep losing money. You're losing money in your trading, trying to keep from spending money or time learning. Don't do that to yourself. All right. You need to get better at a thing, then go do what needs to be done to get better at it. So I promise you it's going to make a world of difference. I knew that I had learned how to chart, but I wasn't really using it. So I took a step back and decided I was going to upskill myself. That's been about a year ago now. I said, I'm going to go upskill. So I went and paid for a class. I went and paid another person who had higher skills than me. I paid for a class and sat under a teacher. Yes, I did. That taught me the different things that I didn't know in charting. I learned some stuff. And of course, as I learned stuff, I brought it to my community, because as I learned more, the people who were with me learned more. I did that. And then as I learned and did more, we all got better. I got better. The people around me got better. That's the way it goes. So you need to get better. Come on, let's do whatever it takes to get better. And I have a resource that I put together to make sure that you can get better too. And we can all get better together. We get better together. All right, let's go to our declaration. E2T Traders Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses, and my account is growing steadily. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Every day, this is our declaration. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. Okay, so now it's about 5 minutes until the market opens. You got enough time to grab your coffee real quick. If you don't have it yet, grab your coffee and get back in front of your charts. Of course, we're sellers. So sellers, we don't rush in too fast, not too fast, but we do have a little bit we do first thing. I start looking at my gamma charts and start getting us ready to get our stuff going and up and popping. So now if you don't know what I'm talking about with them gamma charts, you need to come on and join the membership. Okay. All righty. So everybody, we're going to do two things today. There's 2 or 3 things. We're going to do 2 or 3 things today. We're going to stay green. We're going to get this money and we're going to have a great green day. All right. I'll see you, everybody. See y'all in the market. Goodbye.